Public affairs analyst has alleged that Aisha Buhari was divorced from late Buhari before his passing. He made a claim on the post of verified Facebook page while responding to reports that stated that Aisha stated that her late husband has asked her for forgiveness on behalf of Nigerians. He said that Aisha had reverted to the median name before Buhari's demise.
Listen.
And I can't verify the authenticity of this statement, but what I know is that before Buhari's death, he and Aisha were no longer married.
Listen.
They divorced and she resumed using her maiden name, Alilu. To support his claim, Perogi is stating that if you paid attention, you notice that Aisha didn't accompany Buhari to Dara after he left office.
Okay.
He was alone when he moved to Kaduna. Even when he fell ill, there were suggestions that Aisha traveled to London to care for him, but she reportedly hesitated because they were no longer married. Perogi will bolster this his claim because I cannot say really that I know anything about the Buhari household. But so I think Perogi will need to bolster his claim. And would like
Rufai Oseni, you see, this is the problem. It's like you're asking the person to bolster their claim. This is the problem. When we say things, you guys don't take our words, you know? You don't take us serious. We knew this way back since 2017. We were crying, there's fire on the mountain, something is going on, but you guys, you claim to be the intellectuals and you do things your way. Now you are just hearing that, oh, okay, the woman has, you know, divorced that man some years ago. This is the problem, you know, you guys that claim to be in the journalists, you are doing your job as you claim. This is the problem. When we say these things, you guys don't respect us because you are being clouded with the false love you have for Nigeria. You want Nigeria to work, Rufai. But before your eyes, Nnamdi Kanu has been vindicated. Before your eyes, you are hearing about Aisha. Oh, there's a saying. Oh, I hear say them talk say. It be like say. Aisha been divorced that man. Why won't she? Why won't she do what she has to do? I don't blame her. Because she had no access to that man. She had no access to that man. You saw the way she was crying about, oh, Aso Rock, oh, something's happening in Aso Rock, oh, there is a, you know, a power shift in Aso Rock. Her husband is not safe. She was crying out back then. She was crying out. We saw the videos in Saudi Arabia where she was mourning. But no, you guys believe in what Nigeria tell you, what the so-called presidency tell you guys. Rufai, that's, you know, this is the problem I have with you, because you know the truth, but you pretend not to know. You know the truth. You know what's going on in that zoo called Nigeria. You know the truth, Rufai Oseni, but you pretend. You say, God bless Nigeria, God bless your military, God bless your police. Nigeria go better. Before your eyes, you've just heard that Buhari was brought into power to make sure that Ilorin remains in the hands of the Fulani. Buba Galadima, I believe that's his name, he just spilled out the beans. That in 1999, they had to bring back Buhari because of the rise of the OPC. And OPC were going to do the right thing, to reclaim their land, Ilorin. But the Caliph said, okay, we need to bring in this man, this tyrant, this military man, this tyrant, bring him back. And before he knew it, Obasanjo had to now panic, say, okay, Madman past madman. This one they are bringing back now problem. Oh. He said, he believes in Sharia and the rest of them. He believes he's a student of Usman Danfodio. He believes Nigeria belongs to the caliphate. Hence, Obasanjo had to pull back OPC, claw them back, killed his own people for doing the right thing. Yes, OPC members were killed for trying to take back their land. But today, in the advent of Buhari from 2015, you all saw what he did. He brought his headsmen, his kingsmen, all across the whole different country, the Sahel region. They came to Nigeria. And now they have come to take over your land. You see, a problem you don't solve yesterday, it will come and haunt you today. A problem you refused to solve yesterday, it will come and bite you in the ass today. Today as we speak, not only Ilori is gone. Not only Ilori is gone. But your Yoruba land now, there is Sharia in Osun. There is IDP in Ogun. There is mining of gold and all those things in Oyo. Oh my God, oh my God. Yoruba. Yoruba. Aye. Your problem are your politicians and your intellectuals. They know the truth, but they pretend. That's the problem. Look at Rufai Oseni, the guy they crowned the best journalist in Nigeria. Someone just confirmed what he already knows. That Aisha and Buhari, they were no more for a long time. But he's here pretending. Let's continue. Just listen.
What's that? Stated that Aisha stated that her late husband has asked her for forgiveness on behalf of Nigerians. It stated that Aisha had reverted to the median name before Buhari's demise. And I can't verify the authenticity of this statement, but what I know is that before Buhari's death, he and Aisha were no longer married.
Okay.
They divorced and she resumed using her maiden name, Alilu. To support his claim, Perogi is stating that if you paid attention, you notice that Aisha didn't accompany Buhari to Dar after he left office. He was alone when he moved to Kaduna.
Did she even play the role of a first lady? She ran away from Nigeria. The only first lady who chose to run away from Nigeria because she knew what was going on. She went to Dubai to enjoy the best of life. Don't get me wrong. They are already billionaires. The old Buhari took enough cash and made sure all the children, they are billionaires as they speak. And the new one had a girlfriend. The one they made the so-called humanitarian minister who was taking at least 100 million naira every month doing the Lord's work as a claim. Humanitarian. 100 million naira every month. You guys know these things, but you pretend like you don't know what's going on. You know? You pretend not to know that Aisha moved all the way to Dubai, left her husband while the so-called husband was president. But if you leave it to Rufai Oseni, he will claim he doesn't know about that. That somebody is president and the so-called first lady left town, left the country, went on exile. I don't blame her. Don't get me wrong. I don't blame her. She had to do what she had to do. Because you see, women, it's very hard for women to pretend. It's very, very hard for women to pretend. I remember one time there is this my friend here in the Western world. You know, this guy didn't have documents. He came from that zoo called Nigeria to the Western world. And, you know, in order to get his document, he had to, even though he was married, or he is married in that zoo called Nigeria, he now worked with a white woman. And he told his wife, say, please, oh, I am married here, but for documents. The white woman you are seeing me with now, from the next few weeks, I'll be putting out more pictures on my Facebook, on my Twitter, on my Instagram. That's to meet the criteria so that the government, when they check my profile, they will see those pictures. They will now believe my marriage is a genuine marriage. But you and I know that it's fake one. So please, don't be alarmed. Don't be this. This man told his Nigerian wife, begged her, explained to her that what he is doing is for his documents. And once he's gotten his documents, he will divorce the white woman, come back to the zoo to bring the wife and the children to the Western world. The wife said, okay, now, then do it now, do it. Okay. The man now did it. As the pictures were coming out, intimate pictures between this man and a white woman, kissing themselves, going to the beach, drinking wine, hugging themselves, those normal things to make it look like a genuine marriage. Suddenly the wife began panicking, the real wife. She couldn't handle it. She began panicking, say, what's going on here? What's going on here? Despite they explain to her or say, what I'm doing is something else. She was panicking, saying no, she wants to be close to them. This man now took the risk to bring the genuine wife from that zoo to Obodo Yibo, rent her just one small room to be observing that nothing is happening. But guess what happened? This woman, this Nigerian woman, she still could not bear it. She started going to fight the Oyibo woman, saying, a lie, you have taken my husband though. He's my husband, he's married. Leave him alone for me. And by her actions, the government now cancelled the marriage of the man and sent the man back to that zoo called Nigeria. What's so funny is that the wife that now blackmailed her own husband, the government left her in the Western world. So it tells you, women cannot pretend for too long. It's in them. They don't know how to pretend. A good woman does not know how to pretend. They don't have for her heart. So Aisha Buhari had to do what she had to do. I don't blame her. When she saw what they were doing, she had to leave town. Say, okay, this is too much. I can't live with a stranger in the Aso Rock. I cannot be with a stranger in Aso Rock. They say, Madam, Walaita lie, understand this thing, it's just politics. If we don't do it, Osibanjo will become president. We don't want Osibanjo to become president. If they know this man is dead, Osibanjo will become president. Walaita lie, just, follow us in this plan, please. He said, no, I cannot do it. I cannot do it. So, okay, in that case, if you are in Nigeria and you are not in Aso Rock, there will be a problem. So, Walaita lie, you just move to Dubai, you can fly to another country. And she went on exile. She went to Dubai to stay. 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. She was in Dubai. A self-imposed exile. Because some women don't know how to, some good ones, so don't get me wrong, they don't know how to pretend. So deep inside, I believe, Aisha Buhari is a good woman. She's a good woman because she couldn't pretend. But my anger, my disdain goes to the one they call Osibanjo. You were the vice president. By virtue of your zoo law, your so-called law in that zoo, you should have been the president in 2017. But Osibanjo, due to your cowardice nature, you played the role of a servitude. You were okay to be a vice president. When duty called, that you speak out, say, hey, this man is different. What's going on here? This my so-called boss is different. He talks different. He behaves different. I don't believe this is my boss. But no, you were being scared to speak out. A coward would die 1,000 times before facing the real death. To the Yorubas, don't get me wrong. I know they say, oh, the Yorubas, they are cowards. But someone like me, I won't say that anymore. But this man, Osibanjo, he saw the handwriting on the wall. He was there. He knew his boss has changed. He knew the man in Aso Rock from 2017 was different. He knew this. And by law, he should have been the one that would become the president. But he was scared to speak out. In the case of Goodluck Jonathan, you saw what happened. Biafrans spoke out. Biafrans in government, they spoke out. Dora Akunyili, they spoke out. You saw the press conference she gave. But she said, she cannot be the Minister of Information and not know where her, her boss is. She spoke out. That's who we are. We the Biafrans, we don't know how to tell lies. They spoke out, and Goodluck Jonathan became president. When Yaradua died, they spoke out, and Goodluck Jonathan became president. But in the case of Osibanjo, because you are the number 2 man by virtue, it means when you are having your standoff meetings, when you're having your one-to-one with your president, you know this man has changed. You know his voice has changed. You know his lingo has changed. The way he speaks to you has changed. The way he interacts has changed. His body language has changed. His mannerism has changed. There are people all around him now. Before, it was just both of you speaking one-to-one. But today, there are presidencies. Those they call the presidencies around him. You saw the handwriting on the wall, Osibanjo, but you were too scared to speak out. That's the difference between you and people like us. We ain't scared, we ain't cowards, we ain't scared to speak. You saw what happened in 2017, but you coward. They punished you now. When it goes for his so-called leave, they don't hand over power to you because they didn't trust you. They didn't trust you. They know you know something. Come on. If your boss don't change, somebody came that you know as your boss, you both ran together for a ticket. Now in 2017, he's looking funny. He's looking different. They know you know something, but they know you cannot speak out. And here, Mr. Rufai Oseni is now talking about it. Rufai is not speaking about it as if it is something new. Something we've been saying for how many years? But your best journalist is speaking about it now. Continue, I beg. Continue.
Fell ill. There were suggestions that Aisha traveled to London to care for him, but she reportedly hesitated because they were no longer married. Bairogi will bolster this his claim because I cannot say really that I know anything about the Buhari household. But so I think Bairogi will need to bolster his claim. And would like to investigate and see more of what really transpired. Court admits new EFCC.
Hold on there for me, I beg. You would like to investigate what? Can you investigate a dead man? Can a dead man die again? It's only in your country now where a dead man can die again. As in your Bible, a man can be born again. So in that so-called Nigeria, it's the only country where a dead man can die again. Rufai Oseni, you know the truth. Stop, filibustering and playing to the gallery. You know the truth. Speak out. Speak out. Don't be scared. People, I will leave it here. For those that have ears, let them hear. For those that have ears, let them hear. Go and do your research. Nnamdi Kanu told you what happened in 2017. And he said, 2 years after a new president is sworn in 2023, they will now declare that Buhari is dead. Today, before your eyes, the so-called Buhari left power in 2023. We're in 2025 now. This same, June, July. 2025, 2 years after. They are saying he's dead. 2 years after. They are saying he's dead. At a time when Kenya has raised their hand up. Say, okay, what they did to Nnamdi Kanu is bad, in Kenya. We're not involved in the kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu. So it means Buhari will have to explain, how did you get this man, Nnamdi Kanu, from Kenya? Malami will have to explain the so-called interception and the collaboration he said they had in Kenya. You have to come and explain it. Hence, quickly they said, oh, the man is dead. Because they know ICC was coming. ICC was coming. The same way FBI came for who? Abakari. When the FBI came for who? Abakari. What did the cabal do? They said, oh, he's into drugs. He has a charge for drug trafficking. So, Mr. FBI, we are sorry. He is now being charged. He's in jail. We cannot give him to you because that will be double jeopardy. The same game. Abakari was here. The man, your super cop. FBI came for him. What did Nigeria do? They came with a phony charge. Oh, he's into drugs. They showed you a video of him discussing drugs in a car. Nigeria. You see, there's a problem. You guys are easily misled. The FBI came for your super cop. And the caliphate, they did what they had to do to protect him. They said, oh, he's in jail now. He's a drug trafficker. He's a drug trafficker. So I'm sorry, FBI. We cannot give him to you because that'll be, double jeopardy. And you are a country that respect the rule of law, America. You know the rule of law. You know double jeopardy is not something that is, acceptable. So America had to back out. But they said, what is wrong in that country called Nigeria? They were laughing because they knew the game that Nigeria played. But they cannot go against the rule of law. Double jeopardy is not, it's not something people are allowed to do. No country is allowed to do it. Where you charge a man twice or you punish a man twice. It doesn't make sense. I rest my case. For those that have ears, let them hear. Rufai, you know the truth, but keep on playing games. I rest my case.
Yeah, check me out. Superstars Media. Lord Lugard, Bloomington, Lord Lugard, and it's Wild Flora Show. 1914 amalgamation is what we dying for. 3 nations to 1 nation, ever since annihilation. Nepotism is nonsense. You and you, clap your hands. Biafra gonna come, clap your hands. Biafra, Oduduwa, we're free now. Freedom is gonna come, we're free now. Yeah.